The weather's been changing and our fields are slowly getting drier. Every day we're kind of reminded that spring planting season is just around the corner. So in today's episode, we're going to be doing a couple things to make sure when it's time to plant, we're ready. We're going to start this video off getting a load of soybeans delivered. These soybeans are soybeans that will be planted in our fields this springtime. Then, since the weather's so nice, we're going to take some time to clean up our dryer and around our bins. After all that, we'll get some of our Inhydrous equipment out, run through it to make sure it's ready to roll, and hopefully by the end of this video, we will be knifing on some Inhydrous. Got the seed deliveries done. It's a nice warm day, so we come over here, back over to the bins, and we're gonna empty the bottom of the dryer out. Take a couple bolts out here, shut the wheelbarrow up in there. We got another piece of metal. Go down to the wheelbarrow, and then we just climb up in the dryer and scrape the nasty stuff out. Oh my gosh! Now this is the inside of our corn dryer. Basically, you got two walls right here. There's a wall here and a wall out here. Two walls, the corn flows down between these two walls, right? There's a giant propane heater up in here that gets really hot, and as the corn comes down, the propane heater heats up the corn and basically dries it. And this is some of the nasty stuff we got built up on the inside. This stuff's not the really nasty stuff that I was talking about. Down here, though, down in here is the nasty stuff. It don't look that bad, honestly. Hopefully it's all that dry and it'll be really easy. Sometimes we gotta clean this out multiple times in a season, because this fine dust mixed with a giant propane flame don't mix well. There are people in the area that have burnt their dryers to the ground. So sometimes we got to clean it throughout the year. Okay. Yeah. Some of the good stuff. All right, you can see some of the stuff we scraped getting pulled into the center and dropping down the hole. Basically, the corn flows down between the wall and just gets stuck at the outside edge. And after so much time, it gets really nasty and rotted. So clean it up, keep our dryer nice. Well, I got one Inhydrous bar out. We'll just stick with one for right now. This one can stay in here. We need to run through our Inhydrous bars because it looks like it could dry up any day. And honestly, we could start knifing and spraying anytime. So definitely need to run through the Inhydrous bars. What I want to do on that newer Blue Jet Inhydrous bar we got, I want to go through it and change every single one of the hoses that goes out to a knife. This bar on this tractor here, this 620, it is our newest Inhydrous bar, but it's not new by any means. I know over the past 10 years or so, all of these hoses that go out to these individual knives, all of these, at some point in time, has cracked, got brittle, broken, pulled apart, something's happened, and they're not all the same length. The problem with that is every single one of these hoses, whether it goes right to the center or all the way out to the very edge, is supposed to be the exact same length, so you know you're getting on consistent product to every single row. So I think I'm gonna go through and try to replace every single one of these hoses if we have enough time, but there's a lot of bar to go through before we get to that. We got to make sure bearings are good, wheel bearings are good, knives are good, there's no cracks or anything goofy going on with the frame. So we got a lot to do before this bar's ready to run. Well, it's been about a mad dash today trying to get Inhydrous stuff ready. It kind of dried up on us a lot sooner than we thought it would. We got the tanks pulled in right now. This is the last large set of doubles I got to go through. I got to go through, check the wheel bearings, and make sure this thing is greased good. Because I'm not going to lie, our Inhydrous wagons probably don't get greased as much as they should. One of the things that definitely get forgot about. So they're on the once a year schedule, once a year whether they need it or not. Old bar is just about ready to go, and my bar out there, or the one I run, is it's ready to roll. Good. Heading out the knife this morning. We went to hook this bar up to a tank, and the hose had been dragging down the road at some point in time, so we got to replace that real fast. But other than that, we were ready to knife. That won't work, so swap it out here. And we're headed out. 2 bars. 2 quads. Should get on a good bit of Inhydrous. Should be a good day for it, honestly. So Anhydrous, as we call it, or I think the more correct term, NH3, is a form of nitrogen. Let's see, it'd be in nitrogen and hydrogen? I don't know. NH3 is a form of nitrogen that helps our corn grow. We put nitrogen in the ground in several different ways. One of the ways we put nitrogen in the ground is through, right behind us, anhydrous ammonia. Number 2, we put 28% on as starter with our planters to help the corn when it's about yay tall really get going. And then we also do a form of side dressing with 28%. So all nitrogen, just different ways to apply nitrogen. We had to swap out tractors. I mean, I guess we didn't have to, but the GPS was not working on the 620, so we are in the 500 tire machine now. It has been a morning, I guess. Little hectic. Not super productive, but we're getting it done now. Bruce's bar, he had some trouble with it. I think they had to change some stuff on the pump. They couldn't get the pump to prime, and they messed with that for a long while. And in this bar, I brought it out to the field, and there was 2 hoses that I didn't find in the shop that were junked out, so I got them swapped out. And then I go to get running. My tractor didn't have GPS, so I messed with that for a little bit. Couldn't get it, so I ended up calling Cody, my brother-in-law, and he hopped in this 500 tire machine and started driving it over. I went ahead and knifed in the meantime, and then when he got over there, we swapped tractors, and so yeah, now I'm running this big 500 tire machine. It is pretty cool. It's very cool. This is the first time I've really ran this tractor very much. Definitely a cool tractor. It's no 620. It don't have the ponies under the hood that our 620s do. And it don't quite have the traction that the quad tracks do. But, oh, there's Kobe. But it's working. It's working right now, so. I blew an O-ring on a valve block, and this mainframe right-hand side is not wanting to stay up. It's like sunk down right now. I don't know how I'm gonna get through this crossing. I hope I don't break the knife off here. So yeah, as you can see, it looks really goofy. We're trying to get up top to the top ground here. We're in this bottom ground that's right up against the, what would this be? The Little Miami River, East Fork. I'm trying to get to this top ground up here to where I can get to Dad's service truck, because he cannot actually get to me right now. So we're gonna limp it up here, get an O-ring, get it fixed, and then we'll be back at it. So update. It's not just a seal. I think we're done for the night. Several blown O-rings. See you in the morning. We fixed them. It still wouldn't raise evenly. This set of tires right here would not raise the implement right here. It was raising all cockeyed. We got it to raise good once, or a couple times, and we thought we had it fixed. So I went back to running, got down in the bottoms and instantly it wouldn't work again. I ran a couple rounds just thinking I had some air trapped in the hydraulic system. And finally I got sick of it, brought it up here, took the cylinder off because I thought it might get the air untrapped with the cylinder not moving any weight. And I took the cylinder off and the whole rod popped out there. So yeah, we're done for the night. Got to get a cylinder. So not a productive first day. Not a very productive first day at all. I mean, we probably got 115 acres done between the two of us. So that's a terrible day. I mean, the good thing is I'm right next to my house, so I can just like go home, quick trip home, call it, but I'd rather be